All right. This is how we're going to do this. You're going to see the behind the scenes of my ring light. Yes, you can. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Katsukai channel, or your local otaku antique shop. Today is going to be a manga unhaul. We're going to be doing some spring cleaning in the summertime because procrastination. I'm working on that, okay? It is something I'm working on. But I have stacks of manga around me here. I'm probably going to just sort everything, and I'm just going to pick up things, talk about it. I do plan on putting, I think, all of these on my Mercari for a discounted price, so if you want to get them there, you can, unless I change my mind and I decide to just donate. But I do plan to put them there if you are interested. But enough talking here. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with some of the single volumes just to kind of get those out of the way, and then I'll kind of hit some series from there. This first one, I have no idea what I was even thinking. I don't know why I looked at this manga and was like, yeah, you're gonna be interested in reading that. Yeah, you're gonna love this. I'm a cat barista? Who the fuck am I? I don't know why. Listen, I got this a few years ago. I started collecting manga in 2022, so that was kind of like in that big hype of MangaTube, you know, and I was just starting to get into the hobby, and I was really, really excited, so I was kind of picking up everything. This is one of those things that I had no business picking up, knowing who the hell I am. I'm not saying it's bad. I haven't read it, okay? There we go. That's where we're starting. Next, another one that I kind of just picked up because I kept seeing in people's collections. And honestly, it was kind of a cover buy as well, but this is one I see quite mixed reviews about in the MangaTube space. This one is Crazy Food Truck. Yeah, girl. I haven't read this one either. I probably ain't gonna read it, alright? So I think it follows this main character here, this guy with the dope stash, okay? He has a food truck. He goes around, does things, picks up old girl, which I heard old girl up here in the corner is kind of like that fan servicey female prop that some mangakas choose to just throw in manga for some reason. Well, for the reason is the fan service. What Sakamoto Days is what I thought this would be, and I heard this is not that. And when I sit back and I look at my shelves, okay, this is never the one where I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna pick up that soon. I just go through my shelves like, okay.
Yeah, oh, I really want to read that one. I heard there's a cool plot twist. Okay, I want to read that one. But no, I want to read that one.
I always next this one. So I need to just go ahead and put it in a new home. Gone are the days where I just keep manga to keep manga, okay? Gone are the days. Next one is kind of a beloved one here in MangaTube, and honestly just in the manga community period, but I have never read it. Kaguya-sama, Love is War. I have just the first volume here. I'm just not gonna read it. It's got to go. Kaguya-sama. Like, I'm just not gonna read it. I've had this manga on my shelf since 2022. I'm pretty sure, when I started collecting manga. Okay, I'm not doing anything with it. It is collecting dust. It is yellowing, which shockingly, not very yellow. It looks brand new because it hasn't been touched. Okay, I heard the anime is pretty good as well, so this may be one that I start watching the anime. But for now, it's got to go. Okay. Next, we have one I was really excited about reading. Then I read it, then I was like, and that is Nude Model in Other Stories. This is by the same mangaka that created Blue Period, I believe. I think. Yes, it is Blue Period. Now that I'm thinking about the art style, is Blue Period. This is an anthology, so it has 3 stories in here. One story, of course, about a nude model, and some other stories as well. These were good. I didn't have a lot of questions. I did leave these stores with a lot of questions, but I think that was the goal of the stories. Like, I think it was kind of, the goal was kind of open-ended, like, okay, how do you interpret, excuse me, what you just read, kind of thing. I'm not going to reread it. I enjoyed my time with it. So yeah, it's going to go find a new home, okay? So I can open up my shelves to more. Alright, this one's another one I'm kind of sad to see going, but I'm not going to reread it. And if I do want to reread it, www.exists, okay? And this is I Didn't Mean to Fall in Love. Very, very good. It has one of my favorite BL archetypes, the very square office worker, or like the salaryman. The salaryman. You know that archetype in Japan? This guy with the dark hair? He's my favorite archetype. So, you're following this main character who has the dark hair. He's your 30-year-old salaryman, okay? Very, I guess kind of square. But I think he kind of puts himself in that square because he has desires. And those desires, he's always known, I think he's gay. So he goes to this, like, kind of, I don't want to say speakeasy, but it's a club, essentially. And he meets the other male main character. They have a one-night stand because he just wants to have, like, a rendezvous, right? And as the title suggests, it progresses, and he didn't mean to fall in love. Very, very cute, as you can see. Incredibly short, but there's a lot that goes on here. I really enjoyed it. Just not going to reread it. I'm going to get a lot of hate for this one as well. I'm going to get so much hate. Like, if you don't think I should be getting rid of some of these, let me know in the comments. Argue your heart out in the comments, okay? Yes. So, yeah. The Apothecary Diaries, everyone's favorite manga. That and Freeren seems to be what everyone is talking about these days. This, what I've heard, is like Handmaid's Tale meets potions. Yeah, so she gets sent to where he is because he needs his potion to make him run faster. Sorry, if you get that reference, you're a cool person. I may check out the anime though. It probably is really good. Probably this anime has hella visuals, like really good visuals. They probably do a lot with the colors, I'm guessing. Anywho's, if you're still watching, we still have more. I know some of you have probably already clicked off. Don't worry, it's gonna get worse. I'm gonna trigger you more. Let's keep going. So next we have the first volume of the series. This is not a manga, this is a webtoon, but we have Freaking Romance Volume 1. I actually read this in a vlog some time ago. This art, beautiful, okay? Character design, otherworldly, okay? Backgrounds, stunning, perfectly cooked, okay? Perfectly cooked. However, I just wasn't gelling with the story. So your main character here, she is looking for somewhere to live, and if you've ever been apartment hunting, the ones that are in a bad neighborhood, someone died in it, or are haunted, tend to be at a very discounted rate. She got this place believing, oh, you say there's a ghost in there, I don't care, I'm paying $250 a month. I don't know the price, but I'm just gonna say it's $250 a month. And then she like realizes, of course, that there actually is a ghost in this place. However, that ghost looks like Jungkook. She's probably like, I'll tolerate the ghost. The ghost looks like Jungkook. Okay? I'll tolerate the ghost. But that's essentially, I think it says like on the back or like in the synopses, like the ghost looks like an idol or something. So that's not me just like exaggerating, but yeah, just I started reading it then, and then I stopped reading it after. So, and I picked up other things. So to me, that communicates, okay, you're really not that into it. Move on to something else. Okay, another controversial one, but I'm going to mention it anyway. My Dress Up Darling. I remember probably 2023, this took everybody, the whole manga community, by storm. That's all everyone was talking about. This and frickin' Wotakoi. Oh my god, Wotakoi. I almost put Wotakoi in here, but I said no. I'm gonna give Wotakoi a chance. I'm not giving this a chance. This is about this main character. She's really into cosplay. She loves to cosplay. And this guy on the back is a costume designer. So they're like, hey, we're like very compatible pals. So let's be pals and do things, okay? Funny enough, I like fashion. I'm not a fashionable person, as you can see, but I like the observing of fashion. How I approach fashion is Tim Gunn like. I like to observe it and say, designers, make it work, but I kind of wear the same thing most of the time. This, yeah, I'm just not gonna read it. I thought I would be just because of my interest in fashion, and it's been sitting on my shelf for 2 years now, collecting dust. So I've literally read stuff around this manga. If you saw my video from late last year, you already know how I felt about this one, okay? I'm still trying to see if I remember what the fuck this was about. I may play the clip of me trying to explain it, but I don't know. I didn't like it. I thought it was all over the place. This main character, right, Romeo, I think that's his name, but I could even be wrong with that. He would, what is it? Like, in this world, no. I'm not gonna try to explain it. I didn't care for it. That's why it's going. I'm not gonna try to do that again. I'm not gonna do that again. We only have a few left. Not a lot here. This one I'm also very sad to see go, but I'm not gonna reread it. And I think someone else in another home would really enjoy this. My Dear Agent, I absolutely loved this. You know what? Now that I'm talking about it more, do I want to keep it and reread it? No. You have so much shit on your shelf that you need to read. I don't need this. Okay. So this is a, would this be called a duet? Yeah. So it's a duet. So it's complete in 2 volumes. Very, very good. Love the contrast and the colors on the covers. So you mostly follow this main character here. He's been working for this one family for years. He's like a secret agent, kind of like Secret Services to this person. This is like rich, like Chebel family or some shit. And yeah, he's been so focused on work, he's never kind of like taken time for himself, including time for himself in terms of romantic interest. And this guy comes along and starts on the team and takes a very quick interest into the other main character. And it goes from there. I really enjoyed it. I like how they explored like different personality types and how while they can be compatible, there can be issues there, especially on the communication piece. I really like how it tackled that. But yeah, and it didn't have some of the typical like BL tropes. You know what I mean? Yeah, highly recommend this. Just, I shouldn't reread it because I have other things on my shelf I have to get to, so sad about that one. Okay, another one I'm sad about too, but I'm not gonna reread it. But I really did enjoy it. Goodbye, My Rose Garden. This is a trilogy. Okay, anyways, it's complete in 3 volumes here. It is a GL series set in Victorian London. I really like this one. I thought the language, I thought the story was really, really nice. It was kind of unrealistic, but it's a goddamn manga. It's a fucking book. It's not supposed to be realistic. If you want to read something realistic, read nonfiction. I actually did a review on my channel. I'll put the thumbnail somewhere on the screen, put it in the cards as well if you want to check that out. I think if you want to get into GL, this is a good place to start. It's where I started. Next, we have a whole series we're getting rid of. We're not going to pick up all of it. I'm just going to pick up the first volume. This is really sad. This is really sad for this to go. Because this series, this was one of the first manga I ever included in a manga haul. So it's very, very nostalgic, and I think that's why I kept it on my shelf for so long, because it really kind of reminded me of the early days of collecting manga, and honestly, the atmosphere around that time. Like, 2022 feels like a whole different century from where we are now. like where I am as a person, where the world is, you know, all that. But it's time for it to go. I don't think I'm gonna reread it. I have picked it up like here and there throughout the years I've had it on my shelf, but I think it needs to find a new home. I would highly recommend it if you are looking to get into BL Yaoi. This is a great starter one. I even have, I think, which I will be getting rid of as well, I have the Don't Be Cruel side story. So this character here, I believe is this character's cousin, if I'm not mistaken. Ooh, I like how the back looks, honest. Just to show here, this is the latest volume. I don't know if there's a volume 12 out now. I think the most recent release was another one in that Plus side story series. I don't know if I'll get hate for this, because I feel like as we've gone and grown with this series, so have the opinions. They become more mixed. JJK, it's got to go, honey. JJK has to JJ go. Okay? JJK. Yeah. I'm not gonna read it. So I was last on volume 5. Do I have a fucking bitch? Quick aside. I've been looking for this Flygon Pokemon card forever, because I was like, I know I have a Flygon Pokemon card. I fucking love Flygon.
Flygon needs a mega. Flygon needs a mega. I'll say it again for those in the back. Pokemon, Flygon needs a mega.
Point is, right? I was on volume 5. Even then, I was kind of like, it seems like we're going to be everywhere but nowhere in this series. All of y'all that said that this was going to be better than Naruto, where are y'all at? I want to hear where y'all are at. Where are y'all? Because it's not better than Naruto. Let me just tell you that right now. And I'll just watch the anime for that, to be honest with you. I will just watch the anime for that. I don't think I need to be here physically. I do want to keep everything I have Yuji. I have a lot of Yuji stuff on my shelf because I love Yuji. I love his design. All right, we're at the end. I can't believe we are at the end so quickly, but final series. Also another sad series because this is kind of nostalgic for me as well, which I'll get into. But Megumi and Tsugumi. I have volumes 1 through 4. And funny enough, I think volume 5 just came out, but I will just read that digitally. I'm good. This is another nostalgic series for me because I read that series digitally years before it came out. In English, because I started reading manga digitally like in 2019, 2020. So I remember discovering this series online, and I never thought it would ever get printed in English, so I was super excited when it finally did. It's just so long in between fucking volumes, man, and I'm fucking impatient. So I just can't be waiting 10 years in between volumes. So that's A. B, I want to make room for other series in my collection, things that I will revisit or things that I want to pick up. Highly recommend this series though. This is an Omegaverse, following these two main characters. You also, this character Tsugumi, the one with the mask, you get to see insight into his parents as well, like their backstory, which his parents are so fucking adorable. That is it. That is all the manga that we will be passing on to another home, somewhere new, wherever I choose to go. Yeah, I think I may put these all on Mercari. You'll see by the time this video is out, you'll see where it is. It will be heavily discounted. If you don't want to pay Mercari fees, because they have a fee for everything, they even have probably a breathing and blinking fee. They charge you per blink. Happy to do through PayPal as well. If you just message me on Instagram, I'll put my Instagram somewhere here. Just message me there. But other than that, I may even change my mind. I may just donate it, put it in a tiny library. Who knows? I also decided to just make a Google form if you wanted to shop my shelves also. So I know some folks don't have Mercari or don't want to use it to pay fees. So feel free to use this form. I just have it here where you just have to put in your information, your preferred payment method, and then I have instructions on how the whole process will go. So If you do prefer that, feel free to go there. Everything will still be on Mercari as well, but link to this Google form be in the description. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing what manga I'm going to be getting rid of in my collection here. I hope you enjoyed stopping in at your local otaku antique shop. I hope you found what you were looking for, and I also hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. I will see you all in a new video very, very soon. Bye.